Hey Wildcats, High School Musical, the series, is officially back for season 2. I really want to talk about this show on my channel, especially with how much love you guys gave the trailer reaction. I've kind of broken this down into parts because I kind of want to keep these short and sweet, or else I could literally talk about the series forever. First thing we're going to be doing is talking about the Wildcat of the week, so my favorite character from this week's episode. Then we are going to be talking about my bop to the top moments, which are the best moments of the episode, and my scream moments, which are the moments that I just think it falls a little flat. Doesn't mean I don't love the show, but maybe just had an impact on me that episode.
I'm talking so fast. Can you tell I've had 2 cups of coffee this morning?
And then I will additionally be doing a rating system for all of these episodes. With that being said, my Wildcat of the week, if you can't tell from my hair, is Ashlynn. Girl, I think, stole the show in this episode. One, because Gina is living with her and her room is amazing. I love it. I love the friendship and the bond between the two of them, and I think Ashlynn is really gonna just pop off this season. Also, the fact that the girl is always throwing the parties at her house without ever like questioning it, and also every party slaps. Like, if I had been lucky enough to be invited to one of these kind of parties in high school, I would have loved it, lived for it. The decor, the food, the atmosphere of all these parties, Ashlynn is just killing it, and so she's my Wildcat of the week. Next, we're gonna skip to my scream moments of the episode because there's not as many of them as there are bop to the tops, and I kind of just want to get them out of the way. This is something that bothers me in the first season of High School Musical, the series. It is that even though it is a mockumentary style of filming, which is supposed to seem natural, uncomfortable, and feel like a cameraman is really there, even though that's kind of a weird premise since these are all minors that are in the show, is the emotional music that is cued whenever Ricky and his dad are having a conversation about his parents' divorce, or in this episode, them having to move from their current house to an apartment. And the reason this bothers me so much is because I feel like it's telling the viewer how to feel in this moment, even though it is extremely mockumentary style and the camera is shaky and all that kind of stuff, which contributes to the emotion. The music just takes me out of the realism of it because I feel like I'm being told you're supposed to be sad right now. So I just personally don't like that. I kind of wanted to get this out of the way in the first episode because I'm sure it will be back. Then my second scream moment is Gina and Ricky. I don't know exactly what was going on with their looks between one another at the party, or specifically Gina's looks at Ricky, but I felt like something was going on there, and especially with us finding out that Ricky and Nene are going to be doing long distance, I don't know how I feel about this hint at Gina. I kind of want Gina to be focused on herself, and I don't know if this has something to do with her having romantic feelings for Ricky. It's not that I don't love Gina, I just would rather Gina have her own guy. And then my last scream moment is kind of a joke. The outfit that Gina is wearing at the party when they're like 2007 High School Musical 2 themed. I'm pretty sure I had that same denim vest and I wore it not as a joke, not to a themed party, but actually, one, it makes me feel old, and two, that I have never had a fashion sense, nor do I still have one. And so that is a little insulting, Disney, I won't lie. Now for my bop to the top moments, which, trust me, there are a ton of them, with this being the season premiere. I loved this episode. Perfect Gift, the song that Ricky writes for Nene, was my Christmas jam. So was Something in the Air. I listened to the High School Musical, the series, the Christmas album, all holiday season. I loved it. Then the other moment I really loved was Ricky performing Bet on It for Big Red in the basement. I love that it was so simultaneously uncomfortable but also kind of good. Bet on It is such a meme amongst people my age who grew up with High School Musical, and it's just so funny because in that moment he's obviously trying to take himself as seriously as Zac Efron's Troy is taking himself that seriously on the golf course, but he's doing it in his basement and Big Red is just swiveling around. It was such a funny moment and also kind of uncomfortable, which I think nailed what this show needs to be going forward, and I was so excited for that. And then my other favorite moment, which definitely competed for my Wildcat of the week, was Sebastian and Carlos. Carlos gets Sebastian matching cashmere sweaters for Christmas, and Sebastian goes to the camera and shows the hand-drawn selfie that he made for Carlos, which was adorable. But then in addition to that, Sebastian is allergic to cashmere, which is just so funny to me. Like, that whole dynamic. I'm so excited to be seeing more of Seb this season. I feel like he was kind of on the back burner last season, with the exception of the homecoming episode and, of course, the musical. But I'm so excited to see more of him. That brings us to the rating for this week's episode. I'm giving this week a 4 out of 5 Wildcats, or stars, or whatever you want to call it. The reason that is what it is, I didn't want to go with a 5-star rating because it's only the season premiere, and I also feel like, you know, I don't want to like highball it. I want to have my expectations be blown away, not like this was a 5 out of 5 and go from there. I think this show is just really maturing into its own. It's obvious in this first episode that the second season allows itself to sit in the discomfort that a mockumentary style and observational comedy kind of allows. It is a little bit more subtle than the first season, which I enjoy a lot more. It makes it a lot more similar to something like The Office or Parks and Rec. I also think the show is continuing its excellent real world references, which makes the characters' world and the characters themselves feel even more tangible to the viewer by picking references that we understand, such as Harry Styles and the Menkeys, but not just picking randomly anything that could be popular, making it very specific to the characters, making them feel like they have these particular interests. And I also love that we're expanding the world beyond just the high school and the kids' social lives. So we see Big Red's pizza shop, which I know there's certain characters who are going to play into that storyline, and you get to meet his mom, and I really just love that that's kind of the situation and tone that we're going for. And I can't wait next week to see Nene at the Youth Actors Conservatory and see them start to do long distance. I think next episode is when we're going to meet new characters, which honestly, I think that was a great choice to not include them in the first episode. I think that might have been a little bit too much that they were trying to do. So I already love the pacing of this show, and I know this season we are getting 2 additional episodes. So instead of 10 episodes, we will be getting 12. So there's just that extra time to tell a little bit more of the story, and I think the pacing will really benefit from that. With that being said, that is going to be all for today's HSMTMTS roundup coffee and chat situation. Have you seen the episode yet? What are you most looking forward to with this season of High School Musical, the musical, the series? Let me know down below, and be sure to subscribe so that when I put these videos out weekly, you can check them out. And if you're interested, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a single upload from yours truly. Have an absolutely amazing day, everyone, and I will see you guys in the next video.